There are a bunch of reasons you might want to use Boolean variables to control movement. It may be because you're trying to make an object move diagonally, using two keys to control which two directions are creating that diagonal movement. Or it may be, in this case, that you want more than one object to be able to be controlled by the keyboard at the same time. The reason that we have to use Booleans is because the key variable, which is the variable that is built into processing, stores one character value. So if key is A, it will store A in the key variable until you press another key. So if you have if key equals A, x equals x minus 1, that backwards movement, x equals x minus 1, will happen until you press any other key and then halt. So if we want the A key to be pressed while, for example, the L key is pressed, so another character can move with another aspect of the keyboard, we need to use Booleans. So in my Mario class here, I have the X variable for the X location of Mario, the Y the Y variable for the Y location, the vertical location of Mario, and 4 Boolean variables. I set them all false to start. I have Mario starting at the bottom of the screen here, and then just, an ellipse. It's red, like Mario. Instead of having the keys controlling the algebraic equations used to move the object, I have the keys controlling if the variables are true or false. So if A is pressed, then left is true. The Boolean variable left is true, and we'll use that later to move Mario to the left. And then right, up, and down is false. In this case, there's no diagonal movement. They only can move in the 4 cardinals. In this, then I do the same thing for D, so that makes right true. I've got to make left false, because if right is true and left is true, Mario won't move at all, because his right and left movement will offset themselves. And then because he's not moving diagonally, I have up and down is false as well. Then the same with W, and the same with S, each one making one and only one of those Booleans true. And then, instead of using the key variable, I use these Boolean variables to control those algebraic equations. So if left is true, x equals x minus 1. If right is true, x equals x plus 1, and so on and so forth to control the movement. So it doesn't look very different when I just have the one character. But what I could do then is duplicate this entire class to make a new character. So let's do that. I'm going to highlight all of this, Command-C to copy it, Command-V to paste it, and instead of Mario, let's have Luigi. I don't even know if I spelled that right. I hope I did. Spelling, not my jam. Okay, let's make Luigi green, because he's Luigi. That's green. And then instead of using ASDW, let's use L is right, J is left, I is up, K is down, and then obviously we need Luigi player 2 equals new Luigi, and then I'm highlighting Command-C to copy, Command-V to paste, make those player 2. So I've got Luigi, and actually let's start Luigi somewhere else so we don't have them on top of each other. Let's have him start at the top of the screen. So now I can move Luigi using J, L, K, I. Bye, Luigi. Oh, and there he goes. And Mario now using ASDW. I recommend some boundaries because, let's see, I can get Luigi back. Point, there's no way to stop them moving once they move. Something to consider, there he comes again, is that if you take your hands off the controls for 1 second, if you don't have boundaries, they're heading off the screen. So we'll talk about boundaries for the racetrack in the next class. But it might be helpful to maybe have these directions control acceleration as opposed to just movement. Oh, they're both gone forever. Yeah, well, since they're gone, I guess that's it.